Good morning, Lompoc. Jeremy, your camera has to go back.
Okay.
So sorry, guys. We had a little bit of an internet difficulty this morning. So for some reason, Comcast doesn't like our software that we use to connect to the internet. So that's why we had a few minutes that we couldn't log on there. And so we are on a iPhone hotspot. So go iPhone.
All right. Let's see.
Let's see if Jeremy can get his camera up and running. We're all stressed out trying to get this on. Let's see. There we go.
I'm gonna have to focus me.
All right.
Am I in focus?
You are in focus.
Okay. We need to see if people can actually hear us.
Yeah. I'm sure they can. I'm sure they can
Okay.
hear us. If
Can
you
you
can't
guys
hear
hear
us,
us?
please let us know.
It's a Halloween show.
Yes.
Halloween Eve show. Where's Michelle?
So I am Brad's ex-wife. If you haven't heard of her, her name is Jan.
So
She's a
confusing.
great gal from Michigan, Wyandotte, Michigan. Go Wyandotte.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm here today as her in spirit.
Yes.
Because I can never be quite her. My voice is a little too high. So
Yes.
we got to lower that pitch there if we're going to
Well,
make it work better next
yeah.
time.
Well, it's a little bit awkward. I haven't had a lot of time to get to know you. Sort of extended family that Brad keeps introducing us to. But I'm excited to get to know more about you and your relationship with Brad over the
So
past few
there's going to be a
years,
lot of Brad in this show. So we thought it didn't make any sense for him to be here today. But maybe we could get, just kind of some inside scoops on what he's been up to and doing lately.
Yeah.
So we have a really fun show today.
Yes.
This is very much focused on local kids here in Lompoc. And we have a couple ladies who are going to be telling us some spooky stories.
I had trouble sleeping last night. These stories are a little bit scary. So parents out there, if you have young ones, there's a couple of scary stories in here. So make sure that your kids are protected and safe.
I don't think it should be too bad.
Okay.
I think it just hold them tight, and we'll give you a big hug afterwards too.
So here's the deal. We are using the hotspot. So again, if it drops out, just give us a minute. We'll try to figure it out.
Yep.
Make sure it tries to work. But something that you could do to help us, it's really, really helpful, is if you can just hit the share button. So when you hit the share button on the live thing, other folks can actually know that we have our Halloween show going on.
You don't have to share it.
You do need to share it. Don't listen to her. Michelle would want you to share this, okay?
No, she wouldn't.
No, Michelle
Jan wouldn't either. Anyways, let's get into some Halloween history.
Yes.
So we dug into the background of Halloween a little bit. And it seems like it's a blend of a lot of different traditions today. But it started back well over 2,000 years ago in the Iron Age. It was part of the Celtic tradition where they celebrated the end of harvest and the beginning of winter. And they thought at that time the spirit world would intersect and they could communicate with them.
That's very complicated.
So they had a festival that they called Samhain. It looks like Samhain. Yes, I know. But it's Samhain. So that is kind of the beginning of winter. Like I said, in spirit world, they intersect. And it later on, when the Christianity took over and they kind of wanted to take over the different pagan traditions, they kind of blended with it. And then I believe Pope Gregory in the 9th century co-opted it, and he named the day after, what was it? I should check my notes.
Michelle would know this by heart.
Yes, she would.
She's the smart one.
They declared November 1 All Saints Day and November 2nd All Souls Day. But the other tradition still stuck, so they called that All Hallows Eve or Halloween. So, and yeah, we wouldn't have Halloween today if it wasn't for the potato famine. So all the Irish immigrants kind of leaving Ireland brought kind of Halloween tradition with them because Puritans weren't okay with this weird pagan-like tradition.
And can you imagine if I think it was the Irish that had never evolved away from beets and potatoes? Turnips?
So they used to carve turnips.
Crazy.
These were the original jack-o'-lantern. And the turnip was attached to a string, and a stick of coal was put inside, and they later switched to pumpkins, which seems so much more reasonable, doesn't it? They're bigger. Turnips are kind of small. Turnips and beets, too. They use beets.
Can you imagine? So, potatoes, beets, turnips, run through repeat. And that first person,
I think you have to rinse them and wash them too.
First person looked at a pumpkin and said, bigger and better.
Bigger and better.
Yeah. And now here we are. We should have looked up how many pumpkins are sold around.
I bet it's a lot. I bet it's a lot.
Oh, we did learn something, that a quarter of all the candy that's sold in the world, I think, or at least in the United States, a quarter of it is sold in the week right around Halloween.
Interesting.
A quarter of the candy.
Huh. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd help you out by looking at some photos from history for some costume inspiration, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe let's check these out. These were kind of cool. We're going in old order of kind of the oldest there. So it's Hansel and Gretel, if you can't tell.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we've got this lady on roller skates. She kind of looks like herself, but
those roller skates they round out the outfit really well. Very impressed with that.
This was really creepy to me.
Wow.
And it looks like you're kind of taking over that one guy's head. So let's put you right there. And then you fit right on that body there.
That's awkward.
And it's super awkward, right? And you could be a chicken.
Is this at Dare to Dream? No, that's not.
No. The cat was kind of fun.
100 years ago.
I think I just really like old photos.
Wow.
And then bobbing for apples. Now you can be that person's face.
Or you can just take me
1939.
Take me
Apples
off.
are a thing, huh?
Right?
We were going to bob for apples for part of the show, but that's
Who?
We talked about
Michelle?
it, but we were always a little bit late in planning. And see, they're carving some pumpkins there.
I love my face just in the random corner there.
Spider-Man. Let's see. What else we got here? See, look at those handsome-looking people.
So let's take a pause here. This is 1979,
Yep.
the year that Jeremy J. Ball showed up on the planet. And this is Jane Fonda with a couple of folks from the Village People, the year I was born.
Not from Vandenberg Village.
No. Vandenberg Village People.
Okay.
Although that could be a great band name. Ideas.
And then Raggedy Ann. You remember you told me that you had a Raggedy Ann story.
Mom, please don't be upset at me for this confession, but my mom bought into this idea about Raggedy Ann and Andy, and my sister and I's entire bathroom, the kids' bathroom at our parents' house, was completely decked out in Raggedy Ann and Andy as a theme.
That's super creepy.
Looking back and seeing this, it's like, oh my gosh, what was America thinking with this? Anyway, so if you guys remember Raggedy Ann and Andy, let's talk sometime.
I can understand why your eyes are so big. Probably every time you walked in, like your eyes just got bigger when you walked into that bathroom.
Well, Ann would be staring at me.
And then that's where your eyebrows like kind of stayed and stuck.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So there's like maybe a really like a fluid area of your face right here where because it's like goes up and down.
You know, I'm not making fun of your hairdo.
I have the best hairdo. What are you talking about? Where's my
I see. That's a nice touch there.
Yeah, because if you get nervous, you can chew on it.
Is that a rat tail?
It's a kind of a rat tail.
Yeah. Nice.
Anyways, that kind of helped. So, was there any more old photos? Let's see.
Maybe one more. Oh yeah, this one's great.
Yes, this was
1997 in New York, Central Park.
That seems like a fantastic idea.
We have a few friends with dogs, and here's some inspiration for you. You're welcome.
So that might help with trick-or-treating. If you decide to go trick-or-treating. I know a lot of people are staying in, but if you do, that might help. And Brad got a chance to go out and say hi to a few locals and kind of check on their costumes and see what's happening. So should we check in with him first?
I think that makes sense.
Okay, let's check with Brad here.
What is going on? You guys are so noisy. I'm just trying to eat my candy. You guys are dressed all funny. You guys look funny.
Trick or treat?
You guys are trick-or-treating?
Yes.
You're dressed as awesome? Is that what she said, awesome?
Elsa.
Elsa. Oh, well, Elsa, you look great. So I need 4 reasons why I should throw some candy at you. Is your dad okay with that?
Yes.
He would insist that it was Lakers. You know that. Okay. Alaia?
Well, what's your costume, Brad?
You know what my costume is? It's embarrassing. Okay? It's really embarrassing. Okay.
1, I'm nice. 2, I'm an angel. Yes,
guys are awesome.
Candy.
Well, I think you guys are awesome, and I really appreciate you guys being nice to me and not hurting me. Hey, it's Taco. Hi, Taco. Hi, Taco. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So what are you dressed as for Halloween?
A skeleton.
A skeleton, a neon skeleton, if I
Yeah.
may say. And tell us about this creature.
This is my dog. His name is Henry Boy.
And how old are you now?
11.
11. So you have to give me 11 reasons why I should give you candy.
1, because I have a dog. 2, I decorated for Halloween. I have a taco dog.
You have a taco dog. That's good. Okay. Well, thank you. So I want some candy too. So that's enough. Yeah. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I wish we could have gone to more houses. That was so much fun.
What did Brad get sunburnt? Someone suggested. You would know.
That was his birthday suit.
Yeah, he would probably buy a 12-pack, lay in the sun, and forget.
And then he peeled off his skin.
Yeah, man. Well,
Just
thank
that
you.
top layer.
Well, we should say thank you to those who
Yes.
put up with Brad and his antics, especially the young ones, Leela, Anna, and Alaia, and obviously Miss Taylor
Yep.
too. That was.
I love Taylor's hairdo.
They were all
That was
very, very
awesome.
gracious. So,
Yes.
yeah. We know this Halloween is going to be a little different for pretty much everybody. So,
Yeah.
but if we can survive a pandemic and get into 2021, maybe we'll get back to normal sometime.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean we can't have fun. And there is more fun coming in this show.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Speaking of Alaia, I think we need to get a few more facts about Halloween before we get too far ahead of ourselves because we want to be well learned, right? So here's Miss Alaia with our fun facts for Halloween.
Good morning, Lompoc. This is Alaia with Fun Fact Friday. Today's theme is Halloween, and we've got tons of facts for you. One fact is, the very rich people in Egypt would get wrapped up as mummies did when they died. It would take 70 days to do this.
Whoa.
Second, the first book about a vampire was released in 1797, and it was by Goethe. The third fact, and the last fact, is, according to one author, the only way to anger a Viking zombie is to steal its treasure from under its grave. That's all for Fun Fact Friday. See you next week, and happy Halloween!
Thank you, Miss Alaia.
That was pretty cool. I learned some things.
I learned how to pronounce Goethe. That was a big deal.
We really love Fun Fact Friday. So, Miss Alaia, thank you again for putting in the hard work,
Yes.
doing your research, and making sure that we're always updated with new fun facts.
Jeremy always needs more facts
I have a
and
lot to
knowledge.
learn,
He's got
so.
tons to learn. So,
Yeah.
yes.
Are you Michelle in
No,
there?
I'm sorry. Jan felt the same way.
Jan. Yeah, Jan is very critical as well.
Yeah,
Very
that's why Brad probably left her.
passive.
He
Are
couldn't
you
put up
sure
with her.
you're not related to Michelle? That would be a weird. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that offline. All right, where are we?
So we have a couple spooky stories,
Ooh.
and we might want to split those up a bit.
Okay, I think that's a good idea.
So let's go to London first.
Okay.
So
That's a long way away.
no, so London is 12, and she and her family love telling scary stories. We met London over the summer, which when we asked her, I'm like, didn't we meet you sometime last year? And
I think she was telling us.
I guess
scary
it was
stories in
July.
summer, too.
So we just met her a few months ago, which feels like years ago.
Yeah.
And she told us a couple scary stories then. So then we reached out to see if she would try telling us another scary story. So here we go.
Before you click on that, I just wanted to give you a shout out. Melissa Coombs posted and just wanted to give you mad compliments on that rat tail.
Thank you.
That you have. And coming from a hairstylist like Melissa Coombs, I think that is a tremendous compliment.
Yes, I appreciate that.
You are beaming.
Thank you so much. All right, here we go.
Happy Hallows Eve, and today, to celebrate that fact, I have my horrifying book of scary stories. Beware. Let's see, which story should I read tonight? How about this one about the ghost called Mother? My sister Ava and I lived in an old charming farmhouse when we were kids. We loved to explore in the barn, climb in the nook and crannies, and we loved climbing up the apple tree in the backyard to fetch apples. But our favorite part was this friendly, nurturing ghost we called Mother. She was a nice and friendly ghost, that she would always leave us a nice glass of milk on the nightstand that hadn't been there the night before. Along with the rest of the house's furnishing was an old antique rocking chair that was Mother's. If we were preoccupied doing homework or watching TV, she would slowly inch the chair to the middle of the room, and sometimes she even made it to the exact middle of the room. One morning, I was so curious, I asked, "Mother, what are you doing?" And the chair fell over on its side. Years later, I found an old newspaper about the farmhouse original owner. She was a widow who killed both her children by giving them a poisoned glass of milk before bed. And she hung herself from the beam in the living room we had spent so many mornings in. In the picture was a beautiful young lady hanging from a beam with the rocking chair knocked over on its side.
Spooky. Are you scared?
A little bit.
It's okay.
Okay.
You're gonna be all right.
Oh, man. Whew. Oh, yeah. Kids, are you okay?
Guys, okay?
I got a little traumatized there, but adults, hang in there. You get through that.
Gonna be
London.
all right.
Great story.
Great
there,
read,
and,
too.
Good performance. I have the chills.
Yeah. Goosebumps.
We have one more local Halloween story to tell in just a few minutes.
Yes.
Here. That should be really exciting.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
All right, where do we go next?
I don't know.
What do we have?
What do we got?
Let's see. What else do we have here? So, Brad made a cocktail, but it's more of a kids-friendly version. And we looked all over town to find him dry ice, which he requested.
Yeah.
But we couldn't find any dry ice, so we had to improvise a bit. So, I think this is probably the best dad joke segment that Brad has done.
Does
Brad
have kids or anything? Or?
He, you know...
You
I was going
you
to
would know.
Anyways, okay.
Anyway.
So here is
Bear with
Brad.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Brad here, aka your favorite bartender. It is Halloween Eve. I'm a little early, I know, but I'm very excited. Why? Because I'm making a punch. I'm showing you how to make a punch that we're calling Brad's Fluids. It's not that. Cancel, I apologize. It is the Sears Punch. We're calling this a Sears Punch. Why? Because we're gonna have a lot of eyes on this drink that I'm about to make for you. It's important to have high quality ingredients. If you know the Ball family, you know they care about the quality of their ingredients. So we have about 3/4 cup of high quality bat urine, about the same, about a cup of kidney juice. Very important, adds a brightness and a liveliness to the drink. And most importantly, the depth and richness of our cocktail, we add in some pigeon blood. Ice just makes it nice and cold. And if you're an adult, you can put something a little bit extra in there too. But let's keep it really simple. Here's how we do it. Okay, first thing, let's add in the big bulky juice here, the pigeon blood. Next, let's grab our kidney juice. Kidney juice. I love Fridays. Last but not least, our bat urine. Very important. Now, if you're an adult, not me, but an adult or like a real one, you'd put something a little extra in there. But for the kids, just add the ice. Oh wait, one more thing. We gotta get a lot of eyes on this drink. How are we gonna do that? Well, just like this. We'll pull out our special little plate of eyeballs. I'm going to serve myself up a little bit of this beverage. A couple eyeballs, perfect. So, where are you? Michelle? I lost my eyes. Okay, well, I hope you guys can see this. I have a little difficulty, but there you have it. This is the Seer's Punch. Let's keep our eyes on this. Happy Halloween.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
Pretty good, Brad.
Wow. I have to think about that. So, the muscles. People really seem to like Brad's muscles. So,
Yeah.
I'm inspired to work out a little bit later today since he's getting so much attention.
Yeah.
On especially those abs, I think.
Yeah, you're due for your once a week workout.
Is it?
Yeah, it's time.
Well, is it November yet?
It will be in a couple days. So I
it's
guess you
time
could
to work
wait.
out.
You
Yeah.
could totally wait.
Yeah.
That works too. So,
Well, anyway, thank you, Brad. Some way you always find a way to kind of intrude upon our show and take the limelight. So I
Yeah.
felt so like
I felt the
improperly-
same way about my house when I was living with Brad.
Yeah.
Like he just intruded
Yeah.
everywhere.
Well, let's maybe
he always
save that-
borrowed my vest too, and it needs to be washed.
Yeah.
Actually,
Let's,
it really does.
Maybe we could.
Oh, God, yeah.
Maybe we could save some of that for a therapy session. I think. That would be important,
So this time last year, it was kind of sad. Or not last year, 3 years ago. God, I don't even know where time goes
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
We were in Oaxaca with some friends for Dia de los Muertos.
Yes. Shout out to Dia de los Muertos fans
Yep.
here, which you can still celebrate here in California, which
Yeah.
is part of Old Mexico, if you don't remember.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I meant to mention this earlier when in Ireland the mumming was the practice of putting on costumes, singing songs, and to the dead, and cakes were given as payment. I think they also left food out for the
Okay.
spirits as well. So that's
Okay.
kind of what they do in Mexico too. They have this big celebration and candles and cakes, and we got to stay at this beautiful old house, and she put on her the lady of the house put on her tradition there, so she let us kind of see how it works and get to participate.
And it was so cool. She kind of adopted us. And again, if you have no idea what we're talking about, if you've seen the movie Coco, or your kids have seen the
I'm
movie
going to show
Coco,
a few of these.
then you understand what we're talking about just a little bit. So, but the lady that she's talking about kind of adopted our group. And one evening she took us, literally took us to her small town's cemetery. And
This was it.
I tell you, like, the experience is kind of mind blowing because in the States here, we drive past a cemetery, we feel a little bit, we have, we're uncomfortable with the idea of death
Yeah.
and those things. But to go there and to see the liveliness, the celebration of life, and the connectedness that the people that are still living give tribute to those that have passed on, it was just a really, really beautiful experience. And it really did influence the way I look at some things, and hopefully our group as well. But anyway, this is a couple of clips to let you know what that was like.
So that was just a few fun random clips from the cemetery that we got to visit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw in the earlier photos, that was Taylor with her face painted. Unfortunately, I got sick the night before the actual Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. And so I didn't get a chance to get my face painted. I kind of like missed most of the day, but I got to go that night to the celebration, and it was pretty amazing. I just wasn't able to eat anything.
Yeah. And you notice there at the end, I tossed in a couple clips of just outside the cemetery. It is literally a celebration.
Yeah.
The folks would be inside amongst the graves, their heritage, their ancestors, and go outside, and people were just cooking it up, turning up the music, and having a really great time. So anyway, it was an amazing experience. And if we're lucky and things work out, we're going to try to go back.
Yes,
next
I
year.
hope so.
Can't wait, so.
But also in celebration, we wanted to share some of the Lompoc photos from last year from just as a little throwback to remember where we were. These
shout
were all
outs
from
to
Linwood.
the Lompoc. So this is captured by Linwood for the record, but the Lompoc Foursquare Church always does some sort of block party. And last year, this
was
is
a zombie walk,
right?
Not
this one. This is just the party.
Oh, that's just the party? Okay.
Kind of some really cool pictures from last
I
year's
love
Halloween
those
event.
noses. I should have done something like that.
Pretty cool.
So they had a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then a group.
This was the zombie
but the
walk.
student group put on kind of a haunted house.
I thought you said at Maple?
At Maple High School, last year. A couple photos from there.
Yeah.
And then the zombie walk. This is a photo from a couple years back. It was very popular. I think they may have done it last year as well. But anyway, a whole group of people would get together and paint themselves as zombies and walk through town. Pretty cool. Sad it's not happening this year. I don't think so.
Yeah. So our last little segment here is maybe a little bit spookier. It is a local ghost story, and it's told to us by Samantha. Samantha is a senior. She'll be actually graduating, I believe, in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
so she's graduating early, and she loves true crime. So she wanted to do a true crime inspired story, and this is about the story of the woman on Harris Grade who had an accident. So
and before you do that, I just want to say one thing. If you guys enjoyed a couple of these segments, especially with the young girls, then we'll try to do those again with them and get some news stories and some scary stories and some true crime stories. It's kind of fun. But thank you to Samantha Coombs for taking this one.
And she's hopefully going to follow up and do one on La Parissa Mission too. So hopefully we'll have her back very soon. But this is Samantha. Thank you so much.
Hi, we are here on Harris Grade Road where about 100 years ago a woman named Agnes was traveling into town and her mode of transportation failed. Some say it was a buggy, some say it was a car. So she and her baby, who she was traveling with at the time, stepped out of the car and decided to walk the rest of the way into Lompoc. From there, she heard a car coming from behind her, so she decided to turn around and step out into the middle of traffic to see if she could get the car's attention. The car, not having enough time to respond or react, struck and killed Agnes in the middle of the road. The baby, who she was holding at the time, was thrown from the scene and was lost. So the driver, not having seen the baby when he struck Agnes, decided to pick up the woman and put her in his car and drive into town to alert the authorities that something had happened and that he had struck and killed a woman on the road. After the police identified Agnes, they realized that she had a baby with her. The baby was searched for on the mountain, but was never found. People say that at night or when it's really foggy, they'll see a woman wearing all white standing in the middle of the road. Other times when people's cars break down, they'll pull off to the side of the road and only to be approached by a woman asking for her baby. So, if you're ever traveling on Harris Grade, make sure to look out for Agnes, because she's looking for her baby.
You look really happy, Michelle.
I feel like I have a future in horror
That's not
editing. Like just really cheap horror.
We're gonna do a horror film festival here. But anyway, thank you again to Sam and to all of the
that
kids.
Was so much
and
fun.
To London.
Yes.
And to Brad and Jan, thank you for
you're
joining me.
So welcome.
I hope Michelle's okay wherever you put her. Hopefully you didn't lock her in the basement or something really crazy.
Good idea.
Hey guys, we hope you all have a really awesome Halloween as much as you possibly can during the pandemic. It is tomorrow. Make sure you take some photos and some video. And if you have something fun, share it with us and maybe we'll show it off on our next show.
Yeah, please do. Thank you so much, you guys. And thank you for bearing with us a little bit earlier as we were trying to log on a little bit late. And
but I think it worked.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Here is your moment of Zen, a little flyover from Lompoc.
Thank you, guys.
See you guys next week.